Hello, my name's Glenn Vickery and welcome to my YouTube channel Kiwi Bushcraft and Survival. And today we're going to get into an unboxing of the Cam Lock Trimmer, the Hornady Cam Lock Trimmer. Okay, let's have a look what it says on the box. Features: uniquely locked in case ensures accurate trim length. Cam lock allows for easy adjustments with the touch of a finger. Micrometer adjustable cutter lets you adjust in increments of 1 to 1/1000th of an inch without moving the case. Includes the 7 most popular pilots: .22, 6mm, .270, 7mm, 30 caliber, 38 caliber and 45 caliber. Uses standard Hornady shell holders sold separately. Okay, so what else have we got here? Let's have a look. Try and bring it a little bit closer. Okay, over here, this is the cam lock mechanism, which locks and unlocks cartridge cases with the touch of a finger. So that's the cam lock. You move it to lock it in. And you can see the mechanism here. You lock it, you turn it. Okay, designed for use with Hornady shell holders. So the shell holders here have to be Hornady. Okay, if you try and put another one in, they may fit in, but they may not have the certain measurements with things won't fit. Infinitely adjustable cutting head, locks securely in place and stays tight. Okay, so this part here is where you can move the case in and out up to 1 1/1000th of an inch each time. Okay, so that's very fractional movements if you need it. The big round knob here, okay, which is this one. All right, so let's just go back. That part there is over here. Okay, this part here is just in here. This part here is over here. Okay, and this part here is here. Okay, and this part is for adjustment knob, allows cases of all lengths to be trimmed. Okay, so this must be able to lock into place. You move this here in and out and you lock it into place with that. Okay, and obviously when you get it at the right length you turn the handle. But anyway, let's go into the unboxing. So it's got a plastic cover over the top of it. So let's undo that. By the way, like most of the stuff, I'm just new to reloading, so it's the first time I've used one of these. Okay, I've gone with the Hornady. I've done a little bit of research and this one seems to stand out from the rest. Also, I might as well mention it now, that this one here, you can take the handle off here and you can put a power adapter in there, like a basically it's just a metal adapter that goes in here, and you can plug in a cordless drill or a drill that can run off power. Okay, and it gives you just pull the trigger and away she goes. It saves doing it by hand, but by doing it by hand, by being able to use it by hand, if you don't have power for some unknown reason, you can do it manually. Okay, so in a survival situation, urban survival situation, you want to be able to do everything without power, as well as it's nice to be able to do it with power, but always be able to do things without power. Anyway, okay, so what have we got in here first? It's got warning about primers will explode. Keep away from children, so keep primers away from children. Do not smoke near primers. Primers are designed to explode and will do so when subjected to heat or percussion. Always wear safety glasses when handling primers. Do not force primers. All primers are in the near vicinity. of an exploding primer will usually also detonate violently. Do not store or handle primers in bulk. For identification and safety, keep primers in their original protective packaging. An absolute minimum of primers should be kept at the loading operation. Open only one package tray at a time. Do not keep decap live primers. Okay. Never attempt to seat or reseat a primer in a loaded round. Okay, so I believe they're probably mentioning primers here because no doubt when you're trimming your case, your brass case, you don't want to have primers in there, okay? You don't want to have a primer in this case when you're trimming, okay? That's just crazy. So make sure that you don't put any brass in here or cases that you're going to trim that have a primer in there, okay? All right, I'd say that's what this is all about. Okay, instruction manual by the looks of it. What have they got? Okay, it's got the basic instructions here, and for setting it up. Okay, it's got all the whether that's for actually, I don't think that's for actually setting it up. This part here is just going on about all the pieces that are on it. Okay, all the pieces that are on it. Shell holder trimmer pilot guide, and on the back here there's a shell holder trimmer pilot guide. Okay, and the pilot is well, we'll get into that shortly if we can find one on here. We should be able to find those pilots. Okay, let's have a look what we've got in here. Okay, so here it is in the box. That looks like our pilots. Okay, a pilot is basically, let's open this up. Okay. Let me find a case. A pilot, I believe, is something that sort of, it fits like that. So when the case is locked in, basically this here will go like that, and it will sit right there, and it'll keep, this is actually goes in like that, and it goes like that, and that goes like that. Alright, and I'd say this is probably the one that's too big. I don't know exactly which one it is, but it will sit in there and help to keep the case straight. Okay, you don't want it sort of getting cut on an angle like that as the cutter's going. Okay, so this will help to keep it flush, all right, or nice and straight, so that as the cutter goes around, it'll cut flat or flush on the neck here. Okay, so that's what these are for. All right, they're called, I've already forgotten the name. Okay, they're called pilot guides. Okay, so they're basically a guide. All right, let's bring out the big baby here. See if there's anything else in here. Doesn't look like there is. Okay, nothing else. All right, decent sort of a box. Put that over there. Okay, and so this is it here. It looks around about 20 centimeters from there to there, and probably about 7 centimeters from the bottom to the top. It's solid. Okay, that's the first thing I notice about it. It's solid. It's not heavy, but it's solid. You could easily carry this, okay, if you needed to. On the box it said that it doesn't come with shell holders, okay, the shell holders here. So it doesn't come with a shell holder, so alright, so maybe I need to get a shell holder. I must have to get the shell holder. Alright, so I probably should have done that today when I went to the, it wasn't very clever of me, was it? Okay, never mind. So, it comes with a cutter, and yeah, that's pretty much it really, eh? You get the shell holder, and that will go onto here, and that would fit into there. The shell holder would fit into this part. You clip it in, okay, then you'd put your round or your cartridge, okay, making sure that it's got no live primer. This has got a spent primer, so it's a used primer. Okay, it's already been fired. So, but this here would basically clip into your shell holder. Okay, the shell would fit into the shell holder, and then you'd turn this to lock it in place. Okay, you'd make sure that this here was at the correct length that you want it to be at. Okay, and then you'd tighten this here up to lock it into place. Okay, and then obviously this here would be adjusted to make sure that this is cutting to the right length. Okay, so it'll be trimming this to the right length. Okay, and then what you've got to do is once you get it to the right length, you'd use the calipers that I've showed you in an earlier video, and you check it. Okay, and then if it's not cut down far enough, you carry on a bit more. You make some small adjustments here. Okay, or if it needs a big adjustment, you can move this up a bit further until you get the right trimmed length. Okay, and that's how we use it. Alright, but we're not going to go into how to fully use this, because I haven't used it myself. It's just more of an unboxing at the moment. Okay, where do these here go? I don't know. I have no idea where these go. I would have thought they would have sat on here somewhere. But there's nothing for them to go somewhere. So you'd have to put these into a safe place. It comes with, so how many you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the guides, and one small Allen key. Okay, obviously for undoing the cutter. What did I also get for with this equipment? I actually purchased a cutter. Okay, a Hornady Cam Lock Trim extra cutter. So I ordered an extra cutter because I didn't know if it came with a cutter. Alright, I just didn't know. So I got one as a spare one. But, well, now I know it's going to be a spare. I didn't know if it would come with one. And I also got a deburring tool. Okay, so this here will screw in to, this here will also screw into here. Okay, it'll screw in. And so I can deburr with this by winding it as well. And I was going to get a, I think the other one's called a chamfer or something for doing the inside of the cases. But I haven't been able to find one yet. But anyway, don't make the same mistake I've made. Make sure you get the, what is it called, a locking shell holder. Make sure you get a shell holder for the type of case that you're going to use. Okay, so I'm using 308 Winchester or 30 caliber. I need to get a shell holder here, 30 caliber. Okay, that will hold this. If you're using say .270, you'd probably need to get another case holder. I don't know, but whatever caliber you're using, you need to get a different shell holder. Okay, so I must go and get me one of those tomorrow morning. Alright, so yeah, anyway, I hope that's helped some of yous. I've done this video because I haven't seen any other unboxings, so and I thought it would be back. Just a couple of things I didn't mention earlier that are really important, The pilot guide here, okay, the actual pilot guide that you want is the one that just fits into the brass case, okay, just into the neck here. It just fits in, okay, there's no movement or no real movement, okay, very, very minor. It should be able to just slip in, okay. That is the one that you want as far as the pilot guide goes. Now, where does the pilot guide actually fit on here? Okay, it's got a little screw just over here. Okay, all right, and you use the Allen key that's supplied, and you just undo that that screw just in there slightly. Okay, you don't want to wind it out too much or it will fall out and you'll lose it. It's very tiny. The pilot guide should be able to slip in where the cutter is, okay, and then from here you can tighten it up. Alright, just finger tight, doesn't need to be too tight, okay. And as I said, when you get the shell holder, which I haven't got yet, this here should be able to, okay, go like so. Should be able to feed in, and it'll feed in and you'll be able to do your thing. Alright, so the guide helps you. Alright. Now the other thing is earlier I mentioned the deburring tool that I purchased can fit into something like the handle here. It can also, I didn't think it would, but it can, if you undo the screw that I just mentioned, slide out the pilot guide, okay, you can actually slide this in to where the pilot guide was, okay, and tighten up that screw, okay, like so. Alright, tighten it up, finger tight, okay, and that's reasonably solid there, okay, and therefore that will work like so for your deburring. Now the only issue is that obviously this is threaded here, okay, and when you're tightening that screw up on there, it could damage that thread, okay. As you can see, it hasn't damaged the thread, alright, in this case. But what you want to do is you'd want to have something like this that you don't mind if it does get damaged when you're putting it in there. And you just purely use it for in there. And that should work fine, okay? I don't know if it's specifically designed for that, but it should work fine. So you'd want a deburring tool and I think it's a chamfering tool, okay, which does the inside of the neck, as I've explained earlier. The other thing that you can use is the toolkit comes with, or the set comes with the primer pocket cleaner, okay. Now the primer pocket cleaner is another tool that you could use in here, okay, and again this is threaded, okay, and used for the handle, but again, if you've already got one of these with a handle or something, because you can get other ones, use this. You could use this into here, okay, tighten it up, alright, and you'd put your, you wouldn't put your case into the case holder, okay, the shell holder, it won't work. What you'd do is you'd have your prime already out, okay, so this would be deprimed, and you just put it into there and you just turn it like so, okay, and that hopefully that would work fine. It's just an idea, alright, and obviously if you're using a drill, if you took this here off the handle and you put the power adapter in there and you're like, you know, using the power drill, you could go through quite a few of these pretty quickly, I would say, cleaning wise. So just an idea, something that I thought I'd bring up when I figured out that that's where the actual pilots go. All right, and with that screw there. So just wanted to bring that up. Share, subscribe, like, and